Okay, this is one of my favorite stories of all time. We leave Indianapolis, I think it was, and we're in we used to call them hose vans, a 15-passenger van we used to rent. It's Waltman. I'll go from the back of the van forward. It's Waltman, then Scott and Shawn Michaels, and then Hunter and I in the front. And I'm co-pilot and Hunter's driving. We've had probably a case of beer. Paul's completely sober.
Right.
We've had a case of beer. I think there was some Jack Daniels in there, and we've all taken some gimmicks. We've all taken some somas. And everybody's ever seen somebody that the somas, when you take too many somas, you go into the soma shakes.
Right.
So we pull in. It used to be an Old Days Inn, but now it's something else. And they used to have those things called Tasty Worlds, or whatever. It was like a restaurant connected to the front of the hotel. So we pull in. As we pull in, we pull to the back side of it, off a side road. So we pull we're almost like back towards the kitchen when we park. So we get out and we all finish our beers, and we put the beers on the curbs and wherever. We're all laughing. Walk around the corner, which is a blind corner of wood. Walk down the other side, which is blind, and there's the glass opening of the door that sticks out. It's like a little atrium before you go in. We pile in, and when we do, there's probably 20, 25 cops having some kind of a meet and greet
Right.
in this restaurant. And we all come in like the Bob Seger story with the hair just, and we do our best.
All right.
But we're in now. So it's like if we walk out, I mean, we're not going to make it 50 feet. So we get in there, and I tell Hunter, I said, Paul, go out and police the beer, and get the beers up. I said, get the beer that's open, put it in the back of the van, covered up with bags. So he goes back out, and this is like Paul would always wear slacks and a sport coat. Like he always dressed nice on the road. The rest of us, look like Somalians. So he goes out and comes back, and he said, God, he said there was 15 beers laying. The kid had one on the car next to us. I mean, it was just
Right.
So we're in there and we order our food, and the cops are just, you can just, they're just glaring at us.
Do you think they knew who you guys were, pretty much?
Well, one of them said something, and Scott said, "Hey, Russell," or something like that to the guy. And I'm thinking, oh, God, but slowly, his pills start to kick in. He's closest to the door, so Scott gets him out.
Right.
So he comes back. Kid's in the van. Kid's asleep.
Right.
He's passed out. Scott comes back. So I'm sitting like this, and then Sean's here. The glass window's here, and then Hunter's here, and Scott's here. And we eat our food, and I look over at Sean, and Sean's going into the shakes.
Right.
So he says, "Big man, you're going to have to help me out of here." I'm thinking, oh, man. So about this time, Scott gets up, and Scott bumblefucks through and bumps into some stuff. He's pretty bad. And I'm not feeling any pain, but I've got the advantage of being the heaviest. So I look at Hunter, and I look at Sean, and Sean's just, it's going to be a rough one. I get him up. I get him about halfway to the door, and I hear one of the cops say, "Fuck that, that's it." And they all get up, and they're going to arrest us all right in this place. They're putting the cuffs on Sean, and I just said, "No, he's epileptic." And they're like, "What?" They said, "He's got two options. Either he goes to the hospital or he goes to jail." I said, "Hospital."
Right.
So,
Cool.
ambulance comes. They put Sean on the gurney, and Sean,
Just tell him to sell it.
he was out of it. I mean, he was gone. Because we drank that Jack, man. And by the 30 minutes we were in that thing, that Jack hit everybody's system, man. It was just like, oh. And Hunter's stone sober because he was the wheelman. So they come and they slam the back of the van open, but they're looking with flashlights. There's nothing in there. Kid's passed out. They're like, "What's wrong with him? He's just tired." So I said, I'll travel. I'll go to the hospital with Sean. They took us to, I think we're going to Louisville or someplace that night. We like left Indianapolis. It must have been like Louisville because it took us, I think, University of Louisville Hospital. So we get there, and Sean's like kicking out of it, but he's still pretty whacked.
Right.
So the doctor's asking him questions like, "What days?" And he sounded like a billy goat, and I'm laughing. You know, I'm standing there and I'm laughing. The doctor, like, "What's so funny?" I'm thinking, "Nothing, dude. He just took some pills. It's gonna kick out in about 35 minutes. Just,
right.
you know, don't sweat it." And but this is the what's funny is like Hunter had just like started traveling with us, and this has like happened like 5 times in 8 nights. That something's happened, and it's like, you know, somebody else, like one of us almost OD'd one night, and it's just like, you know, he came and picked us up at the hospital, and he's just looking at me like, "You gotta be kidding me! That you guys, this is how you guys live, night in, night out? Like, you've got to be kidding me! Like, I can't travel with you guys." I'm like, "I know. We'll calm it down." Because we couldn't lose our wheel man. I was like, "Oh, please don't leave us. We need you." But God, that was a story, man. That just, when you think about it, just like I've thought so many times that recreating that, like in just a movie, would be
hilarious.
Yeah, it would really be hilarious. I probably didn't do it justice in telling it, but